Hi flosstube friends and family. Sorry it's been so long since my last video. I know it's been just about 2 months today since I last made one. Well, actually, I have made another one, but when I went to look at it, before uploading it, I found there was no sound whatsoever. It was an hour-long video with no sound, and I was just so frustrated. It went in timeout. So I'm finally re-recording. Had a busy time. I did do Maynia, so I do have that little Maynia video that I did. So today I have a lot of progress on my Maynia to show you. But Maynia really kind of killed my stitchy bug for a little while. I had to take a few weeks off and focus on video games and whatnot. I don't like starting things, which is one of the reasons I did this, is to have a bunch of starts. But one of my favorite things about stitching is seeing something come together. And with so many starts, you never really got to see something come together, really. So for me, it was really frustrating and just tiresome. That, and I had, family come and visit, and my parents are fully moved out of the house, our house now. They're in their house. So just a lot of things, like I said last time, we were starting up fertility treatments again. Luckily, I'm no longer nauseous all the time, but, that it does take a toll out of you. So let's get started, because I have a lot to show you with my all my stitching and all my loot. So let's start with there. Don't mind if I bend down. I didn't have enough room on my new couch, because that's another thing we did. We got new furniture, so we had to rearrange. I'm making a craft room, so I have a lot of stuff in between places. So I had to stuff in a little box down there, and so I'm going to be bending down and grabbing that every once in a while. All right, so let's start. All right. Right after our last floss tube, I started House of Cooking, which is this pattern right here. It has been a pasta stash for, I'm the fourth person to have it. It started with Itty Bitty Stitchy Brittany, then Abby of Top Knot Stitcher had it, and then Heather from The Imperfectly Perfect Stitcher had it, and now I have it. I am stitching it on Ain by Under the Sea Fabrics. I think that's how you say it. It has a lot more brown than I thought when I first started stitching it. It has like every brown in the DMC kit it has. So that's about where I'm at. Pretty far along. But I am really liking it. This is the one I'd take out when I was helping my parents move, if I'd get a break. Because they didn't move all in one day. They moved slowly. So sometimes I'd go up there and help. And if we got breaks, then I'd stitch some. So we did that. I have that one. I worked on that one for about a week. Before switching to my class stitch Harry Potter class stitch along. And I did April, which was History of Magic, and I finished that one up. There have been 2 more month releases, Charms and Ancient Runes. I haven't done those, mainly because I was in the middle of Maynia started Maynia when Charms came out. And a lot of people weren't impressed by Charms, so I was kind of waiting to see what else came out. And I still hadn't gotten my stitchy bug back when Runes came out. A lot of people aren't happy with how Runes was done. It goes along with the rest of the chart. But when I went to Ireland last year, they had, one of the museums had a place where they had different runes up, and sorry, moving my computer, sorry everybody. And so by doing that, I got to find out what the runes for my name were, and so that's what I'm thinking of using, is the runes for my name, because she has 3 runes in there, and Kim is 3 runes. So that's what I'm planning on using for the rooms that she used. And then the last thing I worked on, I started Spring Garden Club from Frosted Pumpkin. And at that time, it was basically this was what was on there. I did not get it all stitched up because I only worked on it for 2 days. Before I pulled out, So-and-So had a Royal Stitch Along. This is just the first release that came out. They're all out now, but I didn't get, because of Maynia, I didn't get much stitching on it done, but this is what I do have done on it. And it is fun. I got the full kit, so I have all the beads and everything else it calls for. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on that one. So that got me to the end of April. And then, of course, there was Maynia. The first day I worked on Only an Ant. Let me bring it up on my phone. And I don't have that one to show because I completely finished it. I did it entirely on that first day, which was really awesome. But I completely FFO'd it and had my mom take it with her when she went to go visit my aunt on Mother's Day. So I do not have that one on me. I'm not seeing it on here. Let me check. I got it from Stitching Mommy on Etsy and also flosstube. So this is what turn the brightness down. Come on, there we go. This is what the ant one was. And I did the called for colors and everything. So that was my first day of Maynia. Second day of Maynia, I worked on Cinderella Quote. And that is this one, where there is kindness, there is goodness, and where there is goodness, there is magic. And I just really like that. I'm doing it in the called for colors. On a Fabrics by LJ Blueberry on Ada, 18 count Ada. And this is what I got. Just the almost word aware. Which I'm pretty happy with. Look at my back. But I thought this would look good with all those different colors and whatnot. So that was day 2. And I didn't have enough project bags for all my starts and everything else. So I pretty much just kind of put everything in the baggie that the fabric came in. So, and I tried to, if I had all the available threads free, I did pick out all the threads, but I didn't for all of my whips. So basically I just pulled the colors that I was working on. And believe me, there were quite a few that had the same colors. So it was, you know, playing move around with some floss. The next day I worked on a hedgehog kit that I got from So-and-So. They had it on sale. I did not realize that all the yellow is stitched, so this is a full coverage piece. But I might stitch it. I think it'll be easy enough to stitch it without the yellow. And I think it'll be just fine. Here is what I got done on the first day. Little hedgehog face. That will be his nose and his eye. And there's like 4 different colors in there. So it was a lot of little confetti and changing around, but it was quite fun. And I did enjoy this stitch. And like I said, it'll be, you know, if that's the face, then that's the rest of the pattern. So it's not going to be too crazy. But that was on day 3. I did that hedgehog. Day 4 for my brother's upcoming wedding, I did a Star Wars quote. It's called I Love You, I Know. It's a PDF I got online. That's what it looks like. And this is where I got entirely I Love You, I Know, and then Han completely done, and then Leia goes over here. I'm actually, when I go to StitchCon this week, I'm thinking of taking this with me for my plane project, because all I need is black, and if I just fill in Han, then I don't even need a pattern. I can just straight fill him in. So I think that might be the easiest route to go for a plane project, rather than sitting there trying to do a bunch of counting and whatnot. Because I know I have like an hour and a half layover in Denver, so I'm going to want something to do. So the next one I did was a Lizzie Kate. Sampler, Quicket Sampler Thanksgiving. And I did this one on a color and cotton 18-ounce Ada called Ada called Leche. And I did not finish it when I was doing it for Stitch Mania, but I did finish it. It's I actually picked it up like the first day after Stitch Mania and finished it because I had so little left to do. But this is it. I did switch out some colors for the brown in the turkey and the brown in the lettering. I used color and cotton colors, and everything else is DMC. But I liked the variegated look in the letters and in the turkey, so I wanted to use some fancy floss, some overdyes for that. So this is my Quicket turkey. And my second Maynia finish. But that is my last Maynia finish. After the sampler Thanksgiving, I did so many books, so little time. Let me find the JPEG, if I have it. Yep, right there. Which is this pattern. Right here. And I am stitching that. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I'm stitching that on a hand dyed by Stephanie's April Showers. And all I have is an O and part of a K. And it's not actually in a black, it's in like a dark navy blue. So I am in, you know, I like it, and the fabric is so nice and soft. So that was day 6. Day 7, I did work on Spring Garden Club some, because I finished what I wanted to stitch in my Maynia piece, which is what I call player 2. Bring it up. And this is what it looks like. And what I got, and I'm stitching it on a Fabrics by LJ 16 count Aida called April Showers. And I'm stitching, it's blue, and I'm stitching that because my husband's favorite color is blue. But I got the You're My Player 2 entirely stitched. And then I was thinking about, what do I want to stitch next? Do I want to, look for my 666, which is in a different project? Do I want to risk counting all the way down to start the remotes or what? And I just couldn't decide, and it was kind of late at night, so that's why I picked up my Spring Garden Club and worked on that some to get it out of, to not get it out of the way, but put this off rather than risk messing up and all that other stuff. I just thought, you know what, I got a pretty good chunk done for one day of work on that. So that was day 7. Day 8 was on Tiki Room. Sorry, it's going to be crinkling, which is by Barbie's Pedal Pusher. And that Tiki Room. Looks like that. The Tiki Room was one of my favorite places at Disneyland. I love to go and get a Dole Whip, and then I know it's air conditioned. I know the best seat for the air conditioning in there. I am stitching it on Fern Fairy by Fiberlicious. But that is what I got. I got the entire fountain done and some leaves done. So yeah, if you look, I got the entire fountain and started in on that leaf right there. That was day 8. Day 9 was Foxwood Crossings design Witchy Woman Apothecary, and that is the pattern. I am stitching this on a Color Cascade March 18 Fabric of the Month. It doesn't have a name. And this is what I got. I am not using the called for colors, but I am using, I'm not sure, I'm using Ship's Manor Thunder, which is this gray purple, and then Planet Earth fibers that I got special dye from Stitchy Box, Goth, and I really love these colors. And I was kind of debating because I really like the Goth more, and basically Witchy Woman Apothecary and Bound to Heal What Haunts You is in Thunder. Everything else is in Goth. And I was debating switching those two because I love the color combination of Goth. I like the red in it. But I think I'm probably going to keep it as is. Unless, I find something that I think works better, but I doubt I will. So that was day 9. Day 10 was Winter Carriage Ride, the winter companion to the Spring Garden Club from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And I don't have the full kit, but I do have the fabric, which is Picture This Plus Oaken and Lugana 28 count. That's what I got. I got the horse's mane and eye and the beginning of the carriage and some houses started. But it's going to be a fun stitch. Let's see, do I have that one on here? Yep, I do. So that is what it will look like stitched up entirely. After that, I did Jungle Cruise by Barbie Pedal Pusher. That I did on Fern Fairy by Fiberlicious as well. I just thought the color worked really well for what she had done it in. And I had a big enough piece to do it. So this is what it will look like. And that is what I have stitched so far. Basically the canopy on the boat and the ship's wheel. And I did mess up down here in the ship's wheel, but I'm just going to fudge around it. It's like a stitch off or something, and I was like, I'm not picking it all out. And it's not really going to be noticeable. So, unless it's going to like throw off the whole picture, or like you could look at it and it starts looking like a Van Gogh or something, I figure it'll be fine. Look, I'm a Picasso. So that was day 11. Day 12, I did Disney Mickey. Let's see if I have just a picture that I do. Fit in frame. So that is that one. The different little Disney characters. And I'm doing it on a dark blue Aida. I think 18 count. I got it from 123 Stitch. But I got all of the little Mickey done. So I was quite happy with the progress I got. On this one, I got one of the characters entirely. The very middle character. And, you know, it's Mickey, so one of the most important. So that I did on day 12. Day 13, I did Summer Beach Day, which is the summer companion to Spring Garden and Winter Carriage Ride. The autumn one I did last year's. Actually, one of the main pieces that brought me back into stitching after a break was the autumn piece. So summer, which is one of the reasons I want to do the whole set, is because you know, I like it a lot, and it has a bit of a meaning to me. There we go, Summer Beach Day. And that's what that one will look like. I am stitching it on Color Cascades. April 17, fabric of the month, Oceans. And I got a little bit of a sandcastle and a surfboard done. And for all these, I'm using the called for, not the called for fabric, but the called for threads. The week, you know, they usually call for a couple of weeks and the rest DMC. And so that's what I'm sticking to. Usually if they use a week, it's to get that variegation in more than anything else, I've found. So after that, I started Lizzie Kate's Cross Stitcher in Residence. I just did it on a piece of fabric I had laying around. I don't remember. I think I got it from the thrift store. But that's what it will look like. And that is what I have gotten done on it. I did get pretty far along on this. Got the house entirely stitched. I am switching out a lot of the colors for Color and Cotton. When I finish all of these or work on them again, you know, more in depth, I'll then tell you guys what color changes I made and things like that. Because some of the things I may not know yet because I didn't stitch all the colors, or I may change it, you know, before the final. So that was day 14. 15, I did Twisted Heart by Ink Circles. I'm doing this on Color Cascades Fabric of the Month. February 18, called Golden Touch. It's a pink with a touch of gold to it. This is that's where I am. This is the pattern. It actually has like 3 different colors in it, like cappuccino and coffee and dusty violet and things like that. But I wanted to do it all in one deep red color. So I'm actually using Victoria and Motto Sampler's Garden Rose, this red. I just love the deep tones of this red. It's a little bit darker than it's showing up right now. But I just love the tones of this red to do this heart sampler in. So that, yet again, that one more time that's what I stitched. But I really do like this one a lot. If I don't take, this is an option for a plain one, but there's a lot of, it's not the sort that you can just sort of stitch it. I'd have to look at the pattern. So I might bring it for like layover time, or like once we're, once I'm on the plane. It's hard to tell because it's like I got 2 hours from Reno to Denver, and then an hour and a half in Denver, and then another 2 hours from Denver to Cincinnati. And so it's like, okay, I'm not going to want to like cart a bunch of stuff around, but I will have downtime where I'm sitting, not moving around. So that is an option I might bring. And then I did a Lizzie Kate Jingle All the Way. This one is a kit, not a full kit because it doesn't have the threads, but it had all the backing fabrics, the bells, the embellishments, everything else to make this pillow when you're, it has a finishing kit. But this is the pattern, and I'm pretty good. I'm just going to use the DMC for it because I didn't really notice much variegation, and that's what's going to make me go out and, order the specialty fibers, is if I feel the variegation is needed or just something else about the color is important. But I'm just using the DMC right now, and I'm loving it. And this is all I've got. Pretty much the entire middle. All I need to do is the trunks on the trees. And then the entire middle section is done. But it was a nice little quick stitch. I enjoyed it. Finishing it will be terrifying. I am not a finisher. I am making a small for StitchCon, and it's a lot smaller than everybody else's. But you know what? It's big from my heart. So that's what I'm telling myself. If I get someone super nice, like small, and they get, somebody else gets my small, then I'll just be like, you know what? I worked extra hard on that. And it will be true. So that's what I did the 16th. The 17th, I did Black Hat Society by the Frosted Pumpkin. I have the conversion for Michelle Garrett Bindi Stitchy's Hocus Pocus one, but then I realized I have I bought the kit for the original, so I decided to go with that, at least for now. So let's see what I got done. Just a couple of witches' hats, a bat, and a line. I don't know. So that's pretty much all I got done. Like I said, I got the kit, so I'm doing it on the Called For Fabric Echo by Picture This Plus. So yeah, there's not much more to say about that. You guys need to see a picture? I'll show you a picture. I'm waking my phone back up. So this I did on the 17th, one of my last days in Maynia. And that's what that will look like. So yeah, and then my final one I did was for my mom. And this one is from My Big Toe, called Lighthouse Psalm. It says, "He stilled the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed." My mom loves lighthouses. And and I thought she'd really like this song too. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch it, and I am stitching it in all the called for over dyed because it's for my mom. I'm hoping to get it finished by her birthday in July, and I have a good chunk of the lighthouse done. I just have a little bit more of the white, and then then the little extras. So I think I can get it finished. I am stitching it on Iris Garden from Silk Weavers. So that was what I worked on the last day in Maynia. And I was done by then, guys. I was feeling it. I had a lot of busy days in that time. My brother came and visited, and so it just was really hard some days I just wanted to sit down and watch TV and not do anything, but I was like, nope, I have to stitch. I want to get this started. I don't want to fall behind now. And it just got, by the end I was tired. So I took some time off after that, and hadn't really started getting back into stitching until recently. What I did do was completely finish, Spring Garden Club by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. So I got that all finished. I love the little rainbow and everything else about it. It's super cute. And this is on the called for fabric, which is Sprite from Picture This Plus. So yep, got that one all finished. And raindrops, rain boots, and clouds. So I thought that was super cute. I liked that a lot. And then the other thing I stitched, right now I'll show you, I have my stitching done for my small. I haven't gotten the sewing done yet for my small. But I stitched from Heartstring Samplery's Festive Little Fob Stitching Edition. I picked a couple of different motifs and stitched them up with my own, colors. Added StitchCon 2018 up there. So I'm going to stitch them out and then sew them into a little pillow when I get my sewing machine set up tomorrow. So that is actually all it for stitching. That is all I've done. So yeah, that was a lot. Now we're moving on to the good stuff. Loot. Of a lot. So let's get started. First off, I wanted to talk about this. Last year, I was in the SNAD, San Francisco School of Needlework and Design. They had a at-home stitch along where you signed up. They sent you some DMC. It was on the Summer of Love. I stitched 2 hearts. If you watch my older videos, you'll see them in there. They're doing that again. This time it is burlesque is the challenge. And when you sign up, you get a bag of bits from Kreinik. And you have to use some of this in either your finishing or your stitching, or in some way you have to use some of the threads from here. And it's due by August 15th. So yeah, there's a little paper they sent. There's their email address right there. So yeah, if you're interested, go in and sign up. I mean, they have all different sorts of types of threads in here. Blending filaments, it looks like, actual threads, some thicker threads, so all different sorts of fun stuff. And like I said, completely free. You just gotta stitch a project, figure out something theme-wise, and you don't even have to send the project in. You can take a picture and send it in. So that's a plus of that. Another thing that I that I bought and broke the cardinal stitching rule, an Easy Guide needle from Easy Guide Needles on Etsy. I got a 2-pack. I used one. I didn't find it so helpful on Even Weave, but on the Ada, it is helpful. Actually, the project I'm using it on is my Royal Stitch Along, because it's a dark fabric, so it's a little bit harder to see. So the needle just finds the holes just a little bit easier for me. So I'm enjoying it for my Ada projects. So I wanted to show you that. But now, before I get into other stuff, let's start with my fabrics and flosses of the month, because I have those that built up. Fiberlicious and Under the Sea Fabrics for June have gone on hiatus. They're taking a vacation. Ain't no harm in that. Actually, Under the Sea Fabrics is going to be at StitchCon, so I'll probably get fabric there. But from Fiberlicious, Sunkiss. I always get opalescent from her because I'd get opalescent from everybody, but I know I don't need opalescent in everything. But I love this fabric. Derek, will you see if the puppies will go out for you? Leia keeps running to the door.
Puppies going outside? What's this?
It rained today, so my dogs aren't, too keen on going out. In your laundry. So that was my one from Fiberlicious that I have. Pardon me. Intrusion. This is from Color Cascade Fabrics. April 18, fabric of the month. No name on it. But it's nice, dark gray chalkboardy type fabric. And I like that. So that's the one I have from Color Cascade. And then from Under the Sea Fabrics, I have, what's this one? Crinkle, Crinkle, Look Up, Often Show Pretty Things. This one is Hecate. I love it. Very pretty. So that one, I don't remember which month this was. Probably April's. And then I have Dryad, which I love. I see putting a fairy or one of my butterflies from Nora Corbett on here. It's like a pink and green, and I love it. So those are my Under the Sea fabrics of the month. Under the Sea fabrics of the month. Next is Color and Cotton. I get one of her high count or one of her even weaves and one of her Adas and give me a color. I think that's what it's called. Or basically I say, don't care if it's prim, don't care if it's bright, just give me one. Give me one Ada and one even weave. So one month I got a Bluebird 18 count Ada. And I got Joblin 32 count in Spring Morning, both light blues, which is a very easy color to use. And then next month I got 16 count Ada in Sage, which is a green, and a 28 count Lugana in Hydrangea, which is a lovely purple. So those are my fabrics from Color and Cotton. And like I said, I'd filmed this before, so all my Color and Cottons are out of their bag already. 1 month I got the 5, but I upped it the next month to the 10, so I get all the colors that she sends out. So most everybody else has shown them already, so I'll just do a quick showing. I love this one right here, Plum Violet. I love the dark purples, as well as this dark green right here, Deep Pine. I like that one. So these are my Color and Cottons from the last 2 months. These are all the Weeks Dye Works I've gotten from Trisha 3L Threads, and her egg her nest builder, stash builder. I get, I think it's 10 weeks a month. Yep, 10 different colors a month, and she's going alphabetically, and we're in the C's. So I'm lemon building that up. Derek, Lucas. And I'm also part of Victorian Motto shop. And I get the limited edition. Like I said, most people have shown theirs already. Here are all the more variegated ones. That don't have DMC equivalents. They're all very pretty. Very happy with those. And then these are the 3 I have that all have DMC equivalents. But I love this Honor Blue. It's a little bit darker in real life than it's showing up right there, but I still love it. So those are all my items of the month. So now let me show you. I have picked up some weeks for different projects from 123 Stitch, which I have right there. I have gotten from Heather, the Imperfectly Perfect Stitcher. I did get some minders, not the autism minders. I got these before she started doing that. But I got this awesome little wooden thimble. I love this to-do list. Drink tea, make shit, pet animals, and die. And that sounds pretty good to me. And then I love this little witch hat. She's crafty. And then this awesome Wonder Woman one. And then she gives the little skull. So I got all these and love them all. And then I also get some from the Everyday Stitcher, Molly. I love Molly's minders. And they are such a great price. You just have to, don't order from her if you need them right away. And that's fine. Everything, you know, if you don't mind waiting, and I don't, then they're amazing. So let me show you some of the ones I've gotten recently from her. I got these little Mickey ears, Nuts About Fall. I got this Alice minder, and then this Lilo and Stitch one. I love this one. Just resin minders. And then I got this Love, and then Merida. Love those. And then I got this Little Mermaid, this Eeyore Piglet, and then a little Gamer Control. So those are all the minders I've gotten, I think. Bag wise, I did get 2 new project bags from Lollipop Stitches, who's not doing bags anymore apparently, and I wish I'd known because I would have bought shit. But I got this awesome Peter Pan fabric. I love the story Peter Pan. Yet again, she did another awesome bag. Very happy with it. And from Made by Mama Joan, I got this one. I had to get the Hufflepuff, guys. I'm such a Hufflepuff. I love it. It is awesome. So those are the bags I've got. I did get signed up for the Stitchy box this past month. And the theme was Goth Girl for the March and April kit. So let me show you what I got in there real fast. I also got the add-on of the Thread Me Up, so I got additional threads to go with it. First I got, let's start with the finishing and embellishments envelope. There's some faceted round opaque silver crystals in here. And a little cute owl charm. Some Boo Moon fabric. Some very pretty finishing lace. and some Delica seed beads in matte dark cranberry. There's the embellishments in there. The threads, I got 04, one of the new DMCs. I got Northern Lights, medium pansy silk. This is a glorious color. As well as some black coffee from Classic Colorworks. And then House of Embroidery lavender. You guys, this stuff is so like thin and luxurious feeling, and I want to keep petting it. And you know, I'm not sure I can ever stitch with it because I may be ruined for everything. I think that was the Thread It Up pack. And then I also got some Weeks Merlot. And then a Dinky Dyes Stitchy Box exclusive vintage newsprint. And a NPI Pearl Gray range. As well as a Valdani Pearl Cotton. That is really awesome. I really love the black and purple. So that is the threads from there. And then the fabric I got was Picture This Plus Echo. So that was my Stitchy Box loot. I also got from Fiberlicious. She was having like a cutoff sale of, you know, just end bits and whatnot. So I got a grab bag of those, of all these different colors and pieces. I got the opalescent because, of course. So lots of lots of little different pieces for ornaments or just small stitches that are going to be a lot of fun to use. That Kellyanne from the Dyed Panda was doing a stash sale, and I got a pack of fabric from her. Lots of different fabric. There's even some worked on pieces in here, but I don't think they were Kellyanne. They're little, like that little bird. So it's always nice to have some neutral fabric on hand. So I have that. Trying to figure out. From Lucy Fabrics, I also got 2 new Nora Corbett's. This one, Miss Black Swallowtail. And this one, Miss Aurora Morpho. I love the purples in this one. So I got those 2 along with the called for beads and Krynic for each. And with Color Cascade, she's doing a mermaid stitch along. And with that, where it's not like a special pattern, we're using these soda stitch patterns where everyone's using the same patterns, but how they put them up is going to be differently. The way Tammy did it is she put this one in the middle of the fabric, and then she's using this one with each girl and putting one around and putting them around her. And I love the way she's doing that. I'm thinking of doing mine separately, and then so I could frame them basically the same way she's stitching them. But it gives a little bit more leeway. I don't have a lot of large wall spaces, so I think it'd be easier to arrange the different pictures and still have different, you know, things between them. I'm doing it on, you know, some Color Cascade fabric. This is the piece. And along with that stitch along, she also had gotten some beads and other baubles and bits. And so it's kind of like just decide where you want to put your own, you know, put your own beads and whatnot. I know on hers, she is doing like this armband. Instead of stitching those, do some beads. You know, do a bead instead of the flowers or some, you know, some of the bubbles or stuff. You know, different mermaids have the different accents, so you can, you know, stitch them up a little bit differently. And so yeah, so that's the mermaid stitch along. It started in June, but like I said, I lost my stitchy bug, and I kind of don't know if I want to work on this during or at Stitch Con, because I'm afraid it might be too involved trying to figure out where to put the beads. Do I want to put that here? What I want to do, because it's more free flow, and I'm not usually comfortable with free flow all the time. I wanted to kind of do it at home where it's a little bit more, I can take things a little bit slower and not have to worry about, oh, I need this, what am I going to do? I got this, I believe, from Michelle Bindi D-Stash. The spring. It's super cute. I love it. And it also does come with the little bird. It's the full kit. I've got a lot of patterns to show you. I went to my LNS like 3 or 4 times this past month and spent way too much money. I got some metal rings because I need it for my weeks now. I picked up some colors that I need for different projects, and also a couple that I just liked, and I can't remember right now which is which. But I had to go because I had to special order some threads that she didn't have, but I wanted for a project. I love this one. This one is Cinders. It's like purple black. I just love it. I got those, and let's start going through my patterns. I'm not sure where I got all of them. Most of them, I think, were from my LNS, but I also got some, you know, through Stash and Load, LND D-Stash. I think that's on Facebook. If I remember, and it's not my LNS, I'll tell you. But I got this spring bouquet egg. I love the all beads. They're one of my favorite things to stitch. Because you don't have to keep constantly changing your thread. You can just change the beads, but keep the thread, and I like that a lot. But I got this Happy Halloween. I really like this one. This cute strawberry. And then fall tree. Love the little cat. And then another egg. Those are all my Mill Hill kits I picked up, I believe. We'll find out. I also got a Stitching Row by Bent Creek. I really like this one, because I like the threads and the scissors and everything. Family Home. Family is what makes a house a home. And then Little House Needlework ABCs. It was a Nashville Market 2017 chart, and it comes with all the classic color works. I also picked up a Holly Jolly from Country Cottage Needleworks. Super cute, and it has a little star that comes with it. I also got a Heart in Hand Christmas Magic, The Magic Begins. And it does come with, you know, all the embellishments, but it also comes with a chart to rechart the year, which I love. Because 2013 is not when my magic began. So I really liked this chart. The next few are going to be Lizzie Kate. I got Lizzie Kate Oh Christmas Tree. And much like Jingle All the Way, it has all the finishing embellishments and the fabric, but no threads. I think that'll be super cute. I also got, excuse me, had pizza for dinner. Love Summer, a limited edition Lizzie Kate kit, like the other ones. fabric and embellishments to make the bag, but no threads. But I love that little mermaid. And it does come with the shell that she is holding. And then I got Tiny Tidings 22 with the embellishments, obviously. And the same with a Winter Smalls. So now I have winter, spring, and autumn, but I need the summer one. If I can find that one, I'll get that one. And these were all at my L&S. That's why I got them. I got the first Christmas for our first Christmas, and maybe one day my first Christmas. So yeah, I got that one. I've got Mary the Jingles and Deck the Hall Jingles. Another little Mary Flip It. The Elves Did It. And then I loved my Lizzie Quicket Halloween so much, Thanksgiving so much that I bought the Halloween. I also picked up Hate Less, Love More, and Talk Less, Say More. And then this one, it's the MERR. If you look, she has the whole Merry Christmas. I really want this one, so I'm kind of, since I could find these, I picked it up. Because I still like it anyways. But yeah, so this is the one I got for that. Alright, those I think are the end of my Lizzie cakes. I might have more in this. But this is the last of it. My L&S they focus mainly on needlework. I asked. They focus on needlework, and their stitch together is like at 8 in the morning. And I was like, I'm not getting up that early. Nope. But they have a like 3 different discount bins, and then it's another like 30% off on whatever it's already discounted. So I love taking a look in there, and I found this one, Family Medley. You and I, side by side, wherever we roam, this will always be home. I really liked this one. And that. I also got a Bent Creek Acorn. This I got from Kelly Ann when I bought the fabric. I also bought this Rissys and Cats. These are so freaking adorable. Loving those. Let's see. I think that actually is the last. Nope, I have one more from my L&S, and that's this one, the Halloween Story Sampler by Blue Ribbon Designs. It says, ghosts, goblins, costumes galore, the children begin to knock at my door. I head to the porch with a bowl full of snacks. Shadows dance across the sidewalk cracks. As I open the door, beggars start to greet. Happy Halloween, trick or treat. I love that little poem. And then this is the pattern, and I just think this is so super cute. It's not something I'm normally like, oh, I want to stitch that, but I thought that the poem was super cute, and all the little Halloween bits. So looking forward to stitching that one. Jeez, how'd they get it in here in the first place? But it's charted in Gentle Arts or DMC. It looks like there's a satin stitch border. Oh yeah, the tops and bottoms maybe. It'd be nice to learn some satin stitch. So I like that one. I also got, I think I got these 3, Jennifer Upton from Upton Stitches on Facebook or on YouTube, got rid of some stash, And I got some of those. I got Jordan 3 Vase Eiffel Quaker. Because, you know, I've kissed my husband up there, so I kind of have to stitch everything Eiffel Tower. I saw somebody get engaged over there. It was cute. And then I got this Christmas. So not only did I see someone get engaged up there, but it was raining, and my husband slipped on the stairs and fell on his butt. And I was, me and my dad, we just started laughing. We're horrible people. He was fine. The girl he kicked may not have been fine, but he didn't do it on purpose, so everything was fine. I'm so horrible. But anyways, here's a cute Christmas one. And then Alice. From Pam and Steph on LNT. LNT? Ah, geez Louise, I should have looked it up. I can't remember. I picked up Flags and Friends. If you've seen my other videos, you know I have like 3 or 4 of these Bent Creek photo booth ones, and I love these. I haven't stitched them yet, but I love them all. So I got that one, and I got this one. And then I got, I think I got these from Kellyanne, but I'm not 100% sure. I belong to the Cross Stitch Nation. This is one I've wanted for a while now. So I was kind of like, you know what, get it. So I got that one, and I got Jingle All the Way. I don't know what, but it looks like he's going to hit something over the head with that candy cane. And I like it. I also got from Shannon at, I think it's like Shannon 83. She has a YouTube and a, I've lost my phone. I can't search for it anymore. She has a YouTube, a really good YouTube. You should check it out. And a Instagram. But she does a lot of Pass the Stash, and I got this one from her. And Heather Moore was selling some patterns, and I got these ones from her from Christmas Rules. Be kind and of good cheer, and treasure family, and then give more than you get, and welcome friends. And she sent along some DMC, which was really awesome. And then finally from Trisha at 3 Hour Threads, I got some, she did a live sale, and I got some charts from her. I got the Peter Pan chart, because like I said, I've loved Peter Pan for a long time. I got The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz was always one of my mom's absolute favorites. So we watched it a lot growing up. And so it does have a special place in my heart. And then I also got Aloha Sisters. They're so cute. I love them. And along with that one, Little Pirates. I love this one. I love that little redheaded girl climbing down the ladder. I love that little boy probably about to pick his nose. But I love it all. You think that little girl's actually going to clean that fish? Or she, like, that's her face because she realized, oh my god, I'm going to have to clean this fish. Anyways, that is it, you guys. Doing pretty good, about an hour. I talked pretty fast, sorry. A couple of things. I have some Pass the Stash I want to do. First is the Lizzie Kate Sampling Thanksgiving Quicket. So if you want this one, say Thanksgiving. And I'll do like Michelle, Mindy Stitchy does, where she just searches for the word and then, you know, does number search and, okay, the third instance of Thanksgiving wins. That's how I'm going to do it. I also have a A brother shares childhood memories and grown-up dreams. This is one I finished a while ago, but I actually fully finished it recently when my brother came up to visit. I had it fully finished to give him. Actually, I'm going to be at StitchCon on his birthday. He's unhappy with me because he's actually coming to town. So he was like, "You're not going to be there when I'm there?" I was like, "Sorry. I made these plans a while ago." Let's see if I have a picture of it. Get out through all my StitchCon pictures. Oh, there it is. So I just framed it up. And got it in there. So yeah, so if you want this one, say brother. I also have this Lizzie Kate, a little bit of January. None of these come with any beads or buttons or anything. If they came with them, I used them. Otherwise, they didn't come with them at all. Say January. I also have this Bless Our Family because I accidentally bought 2 of them. So if you want this one, say family. Like I said, no beads or anything. Now, for this one, it's actually 3 charts, and it does come with all the required buttons and snaps and everything else. I bought all of them, but there was a lady getting rid of all of her, she used to own a store and she's getting rid of a lot of stuff. And at Christmas she had like, oh, the third person to respond, the first 3 people to respond get like a special package from me. Well, I was one of those, and one of the items in there was all 3 of these, but I'd already bought all 3 of these. So giving this away, and this is Bent Creek Snappers, the branch, Christmas squirrel, and it says, "Oh, Christmas tree, thy candles shine brightly." It was a 3-piece chart, and so all the 3 charts, all the beads for every chart are in there. So if you want this one, say Christmas. So those are all my past stashes that I have. If you want, now, remember, Christmas, family, January, brother, or Thanksgiving. So just, you can enter for all of them. You only get to win one of them. The first, one that you're chosen for. It's called the Kimberly Butler rule, because I almost won all of them one time with Michelle's. So now, you're only allowed to win one. But you can enter for all of them. Now, for the big thing, for my 200 follower giveaway. I'm opening it up to anywhere, because what it is you're gonna get a gift certificate, a $20 gift certificate to 123 Stitch. If there is an online store, basically you're gonna get a $20 gift certificate. If you're in the UK and you want so-and-so, I'll get whatever $20 to get you for so-and-so. I'll see if I can get you a gift certificate for there. But just think of it as a $20 gift certificate to 123 Stitch. And I will get that sent to the winner. Don't say giveaway for any of this. You have to be old enough to give me your information, so you have to be 18. If you say giveaway, I will delete your comment. All the other rules that you have to follow, I don't know. I've never done this before. You guys know that. It's going to be a month. I'll do it next month. It'll make me have to film in a month. Plus, I'll have all my goodies from StitchCon to show you. Because I'm leaving Thursday. My plane takes off at 5 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. I'm going to be dead. I am not a morning person. Shit, sometimes I go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning. So we will do it about the middle of July. Let's say the 15th, because that's the Sunday. So let's say about then. yeah, for entering for the gift thing, just any comment. I will choose from any of the comments for the $20 gift certificate. Yeah. So I'll just randomly choose, and you can win the $20 and one of the Pass the Stash. But you can't win more than one Pass the Stash. Does that make sense? I think it does. So just let me know. Leave comments down below if you want. And I can't wait to see who wins. All right. Bye, guys.